Wagwan, it's your humble host, Big Truck. You already know what time it is. We're going to go ahead and get active. Shout out to the Tip Network. Grab your shoulder pads and your helmet. Let's get this work. Hustle and motivate.
Well, he's here. You get to see what they've been whispering about in corners. Come on.
If you guys understood or had a disdain for Kevin Samuels and got behind the
I think that people could consider her the female Kevin Samuels simply just because of the impact that they have and how visceral people have reactions to them. People loved Kevin Samuels and people hated him.
Imani, why are you still here?
Let me just say this. When it came to Kevin Samuels was in a class by itself. Very few times you see Kevin Samuels go on other people's podcasts, right? Most of the time, he was rolling solo, right? But the advice were all realistic. A large number of women didn't know how to receive the type of flavor he was bringing. Because what it did was it forced them to look at themselves in the mirror. And one thing about the harsh truth with a large number of women, besides accountability, they do not want to see that truth. Now, when it came to Cheyenne Bryant, we're not going to call her a doctor because she's not a doctor. We already traveled down those roads. She ain't nothing but a race hustler. Okay? The advice that she gives are always about slamming men, but throwing flame on men. She's into women. Let's be real about it.
Being very honest and sometimes ferocious with their points of view, especially Kevin Samuels.
Ma'am, you please don't make me say it.
I really just wanted some advice. I love your
I'm giving you advice, but you're not taking it. The advice is, ma'am, you're average looking at best.
Man, when Kevin Samuels be talking, he told that girl said, well, what I got to do to get a high value man? He said, be reincarnated.
Why should a man have to settle for a woman with 2 kids? That's not settling. That's getting what you can afford to buy on the sexual marketplace.
Okay, so if I wanted a high value man, what do I do?
Be reincarnated.
Fatality. One thing about Kevin Samuels, rest easy king, that I can always say, look, you're going to agree to disagree. All right. But one thing about Kevin Samuels is that he's going to keep it a bean with you. You may not like how he comes at it, but at the same time, nobody got time to cradle anyone. You call in my show to get advice, I'm going to give you advice. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you should hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. And that is what a large number of women got to face that reality with. You listening to motherfuckers tell you what you want to hear and gas you up. Instead of being straight, forward, upfront, and real with you. No chaser.
You will be getting carousel rides for a while.
Oh, I disagree with the fact that you think that women, because they don't make enough money, they can't get certain men and stuff like that. Yeah, I do disagree with that.
When did I ever say that? No, you're actually 100% wrong. Men don't care about your money. Many of you women are unfit for the men you're looking for.
And I want to. Who wants to look old or stressed out?
This is a damn shame. This is where our women think they should be a 50-year-old.
No one says
childish 50-year-old. I'm sitting here looking at this. This is what black men have to pick from.
Why didn't you marry him?
He went to jail.
Oh, so you picked and felons. I'm not going to let you get on here and talk about what black men are not when you picking dudes and are felons.
Ain't that shit true? A large number of women would choose felons, would choose Pookie and Ray Rays, but sit up here and overlook a good man. But will sit up there and complain about what the fuck Pookie and Ray Ray do to you. You picked them. You chose them. You slept with them. You had a baby by him. It's called accountability. It's called taking a mirror and put your confused looking ass right in front of that mirror and say, look at yourself. What is it about you that keep attracting ain't shit niggas? That all they want to do is go up in you. Versus picking a nice, decent individual of good character. But see, you got to be right yourself in order to attract someone like that.
Brutality. I'm not gonna sit around and let you black women just sit around and talk about hey, black men ain't here and they ain't this, they ain't that. When in your own life, you pick shit. Take a nice strong drink, sip it all. But you talking about black men to share my reflection, and I'm tired of sisters like you running our reputation in the ground because you pick poorly.
My nigga. A black man.
No, no, you had 20 million to pick from, but you picked a felon once to have 2 babies by and then Ike Turner. All these black people in Atlanta, why are you picking these scrubs?
I have a master's in public administration, and I have a law degree.
How tall are you?
5'9".
Dress size?
16.
You didn't choose to be single.
How dare you? I'm sorry?
How much do you weigh?
Who, me? I weigh 200.
Okay, so, all right, let me let you get your big ass up off my show because I don't do this.
Some will sit up here and say that's rude, that's disrespectful. He shouldn't have said that. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, you have a large number of modern feminist women that say worse than that. I want to pinpoint it. Since we're going to balance things out, we need to go full throttle with it. You have a large number of modern feminist women that will go on social media and say some worse filth to men. But you have some of these women that will sit up here and say what Kevin Samuel said or how he said what he said was wrong. How he spoke to women was wrong. But look at how modern feminist women speak to men. That should be wrong too.
And here we go.
I didn't find anything about him to be healing. He insulted African-American women on a consistent basis. One of his last statements that he said was that if you're over 38 and you haven't married or something like that you're no good and disposable. To me, it was a shock jock. And, you know.
Why? Being honest? Look at you. You got your nerve. Ain't that calling the same damn kettle black? Your ass went and got a damn BBL. You saying all that you saying, you still ain't got no man. Let's continue to dive deep because Vivica Fox, it's amazing how you can sit up there and cook your damn self and run into a damn brick wall and find yourself between a pimp and a hard place.
I hope this is teaching folks a lesson about the karma that you put out, the negativity that you put out in the world, that when karma comes knocking at your door, she might not be so kind.
I don't give a shit.
So, you know, the fact that he killed over real quick and was supposedly with a woman that we don't yet know the nationality. Rest in peace.
You a dirty motherfucker.
And for her to sit up there and say what she said, how she said what she said was kind of fucked up. But again, yeah, karma's going to be knocking at your door real quick. Trust me. You're not so bright yourself. You washed up. You're damaged. You're old goods. You're like a used Oldsmobile. 50 Cent did good by leaving your ass alone. Your day is coming.
Ladies, this is who is, again, ladies, these women are your enemy. These women are your enemy. That's why I have no problem staying on code. Because shame, insults, guilt, and need to be right. They're going to keep going and 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 keep going. Keep going. Average at best, meet average at worst.
But see, here's the thing. When we don't like what a black man says, then we try his past. Yep. See, nobody cares when you're saying when you tell them what they want to hear. And what does it have to do with anything? 2 + 2 is 4. I use a lot of facts, data, statistics that anyone can go look up themselves. And that's what bothers them, because it's not an argument.
If the women are so emotionally mature and they are so open-minded, then why do they not view her in the same light that they viewed Kevin Samuels? That if you can identify these traits and characteristics in somebody, why do you not identify these same exact traits and characteristics in somebody else?
Because a large number of women don't like it when that dose of reality slaps them in the face, especially when a large number of men come with data and facts. Okay? Large number of women, they feel that it's okay for them to throw flame on men. Like men ain't gonna research and come with a comeback. As long as it's benefiting them, it's okay. But let men come with something that benefits men, it's a problem. Drink that dose of reality. Why don't you take a shot of accountability?
And the only thing that's different is their gender.
If she, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, is equal to Kevin Samuels, then why is it that Kevin Samuels is so hated by women? Okay? But Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is not as hated by men in the same way he is. And then also, why couldn't Kevin Samuels get away with some of the same things that, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant clearly is able to get away with? And the one thing that we can deter from that is because of their gender. And also, are women emotionally mature? I mean, hey, you're saying that women are mature enough, they can understand it, they can handle it, they can see where the equality is. So then why was Kevin Samuels so demonized when he passed away for holding people accountable in the same way, as you said, Mr. Ford, that what we would say Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is doing with men? But we don't see that.
This is what you have to remember. The average black woman in America don't get no older than about 14. So just talk to her and deal with her like you're dealing with a 14-year-old. Don't come at her like you're dealing with an equal, because she's not going to be able to accept that. You got to go way back.
I agree. Ms. Shahrazad Ali, I agree. See, Kevin Samuels held women accountable, and he got down to the root of it. Okay? And showed the same men that you talk about that you want, you have to be prepared to handle a man like that. You have to be right yourself, number one. Number two, why would a man of good value, not high value, a man of good value want you? What do you have to offer that man? What do you bring to the table of a relationship? Why should a man choose you when a man can have the opportunity and the option to choose many? Let's just say you have children. Why would a man want you when a man has an option to choose a woman with no children? What is it about you that's going to make me want you, that's going to make me choose you? A large number of women can't answer that question because a large number of women have never been faced with a question like that. You have to be willing to look at yourself. You have to be willing to have a meeting with yourself.
And we cut off at about 14 to 15. We don't develop and mature no further until we get some new information and accept some different information. But if you love her, and she gonna fight against right, because that's how we have been reared by the enemy. That ain't her you fighting. You fighting the demon in her that was put in her by the enemy.
One of the first steps to getting better at anything is acknowledging that there's a problem.
And it's okay to acknowledge that there's a problem. It's okay. It's not a bad thing. I suffer a lot of childhood trauma. Hey, I suffer from daddy issues. So this is why my behavior is the way that it is as an adult. And this is why it affects my social life and it affects my love life. They rather run from themselves. They rather mask their past. They rather carry the burdens and carry the pain and carry the trauma of their past and then dump it off on men.
Kevin Samuels was extremely wise and he knew a lot. And his conversation sounded business-like.
And until black women can start looking at the problems in a clear, sober, unflinching way, I don't know how you expect black men to honestly approach you guys in good faith. Go back to the sister that was a psychiatrist. When I said, do you honestly, from what you objectively see, are our women acting like they belong to our men? And she just, it was like, I can't. I want to tell the truth, but it was like she was literally, you witnessed an actual question that she knew that she should answer, but it was a short circuit. And I asked it many different ways, and she just could not crack the sister code. She's like, I cannot, the code.
That's why a lot of women are cracking the codes now. A lot of women of good character, a lot of women of good value. Don't put us in that category as modern feminist women. We separate ourselves. We divide. As a man, when you really sit back, you will discover that that woman's just talk. She ain't about that life. It's just internet talk. Cut and paste internet talk. She's saying something that the last woman said. Because in real time, ain't no real woman that calls herself a woman of good value gonna say some shit like that. Because a real woman of value is not gonna say no shit like that.
I've been dating a guy for 4 years off and on. I asked him for $50 and he told me not to get used to it.
Like going through something? Like, do he need $50 too? Like, are you asking it?
I don't know what he's going through. Honestly, I don't need your $50, but I want to see if you really
I'm getting sick of this. I got a problem with you trying to justify playing with it.
I'm not playing. I'm
yes,
trying to
no,
stop dating.
sweetheart. You didn't need from him. And then you said you didn't know or care about his financial situation. You don't give a... Okay,
That sister shouldn't even got up there and said what she just said, because she just shot her damn self in the mouth. And a large number of women do this. See, that right there, modern feminist behavior. A woman of good character would not fix herself to say some outlandish shit like that. But a modern feminist woman would, a selfish woman would, a greedy woman would, someone that don't listen, someone that is sneaky, someone that is deceptive, they would move that way.
You playing with him. If you want to see if it will do for you, put him in position to do for you. Who give a about you usually want to make other people's lives easier, more pleasant, more joyful.
That line of code in the Matrix needs to be deleted. And only people who can get into Zion, black women, are you. You're going to have to delete your own source code and rewrite a new code so you can start acting like women who care to be with their men.
A large number of women are going to have to change the way they think. Feminism has lied to you. The way relationships are viewed now are not about love. It's about transactions and what you do for me instead of us.
What now? Now the question's out there. Are you going to deal with it? Or are you going to just turn around and shoot the messenger? Your mama black. Who hurt you? You gay. I mean, seriously, ladies, how many more times are you going to try that? You know, I find it interesting that I get so many women talk about, I don't like the way you talk. I don't like the way you act. How about that? For every one of y'all that say you don't like the way I talk, I don't like the way you act. For everyone to say I don't like your harshness, I don't like the fact that you don't smile at black men. How about that? But see, you don't give a about that.